I think Indians are great. I have tons of friends that are, not tons of friends, I have 3 or 4 friends that are Indian. I think they're great people. I'd love to go to India. I think their culture is great.
Dude, Asmongold would literally laugh at you being ethnically if you're Indian, okay? And that doesn't trigger any alarm bells in your mind, okay? Jesus Christ.
Can you check and see how much your India viewership increased? Stream summary of, let's say, 2 days ago. How about 2 days ago? Wow. Wow. 4%.
Guys, comment down below who's supporting, India or Pakistan. And good afternoon, everybody. Today, this drama is going to be a bit interesting because even though it revolves around two of the biggest titans, Asmongold and Hasan, it's a bit messy to see who's better than the other. As you mentioned as well, it revolves around a recent conflict, which for one, I barely understand, and two, I don't think either of them can. Also, regardless, here we are today. Like I said before, this paid drama is a bit messy, so just sit down and come to your own conclusion. I'll give my thoughts as well, because I think both these people can be criticized.
Hasan and Asmongold got into another feud, one to add to the ever-growing pile of arguments they've had recently, this time over the recent India-Pakistan conflict. While Hasan was
guys, as well, this is the one single time I'm gonna tone it back a bit, because I barely understand this drama, this India and Pakistan drama, the feud,
statements going after India, calling them a rogue terrorist state, Asmongold was saying that he supports the country and was always by their side, even defending.
I want to see more, like, you know, the weird points they make between Asmongold and Hasan. I think both of them, but it's so fun. They're both like the biggest political streamers on Twitch, and they're both massive morons. It's insane.
Them during the recent rise of anti-Indian jokes on the internet the past few months. However,
okay, he's cooking actually. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, everyone's been like really anti-Indian on TikTok. Actually, good point.
Hasan caught wind of this and responded, saying that Asmongold would laugh if Indians got ethnically cleansed, and he's only pretending to be on their side.
Yeah, that's a good point as well. Like, we can't forget, you know, that whole stint. Palestinians have an inferior culture. Who gives a shit? Yeah, I can't really get behind them right now.
Wanted back, saying Hasan is obsessed. The Leftovers H3 subreddit also weighed in on the discourse, accusing Ethan Klein's community of attempting to brigade Reddit in order to get Hasan deplatformed, because according to them, the recent anti-Semite label on Hasan hasn't done the job. Welcome to the internet versus Asmongold, Hasan, and India. It starts when Ganesh posts this clip on the H3H3 production subreddit with the title, "Face of Twitch and the #1 political streamer Hasan Piker is calling India a rogue terrorist state in defense for Pakistan."
Like that word by itself, rogue terrorist state. What does that mean? They have like the second or third biggest population in the world. A state? What do you mean?
It violates the sovereignty of another nation state. So is Russia. A great example of this would be Russia. Any state that violates the sovereignty of another state and strikes civilian targets is a fucking rogue terrorist state. She didn't even say India is a terrorist rogue state. I think she just said India is a rogue state. But I would go so far as to say, yeah, they're doing
terrorism. Are they really a rogue state? I feel like they have pretty good autonomy, you know, from my opinion.
Terrorism. Also, her analysis on the matter is putting the BJP guy in a very different light. Like, she's coming across way more restrained and way more informed, instead of just simply saying, I don't give a shit that there's no evidence, no direct ties to Pakistan involvement in the terror attack that took place. Who gives a fuck? They've been doing this for 30 years. We have to get blood. Seems a little crazy to say, especially when you're trying to defend your position in the Western world by presenting yourself as like a reasonable, restrained, sovereign nation state.
And then attack at will and kill civilians.
Oh god, I'm sorry. Whenever I see Hasan watching a female reporter, I feel like he's gonna be very mean to her. Bro, whenever like somebody like he disagrees with, he's very vitriolic towards them.
Children, send them to hospitals in large.
I'm sorry, I'm vehemently anti-Modi and his agenda, but to call India a rogue terrorist state is absolutely
but what'd you say? That's gibberish. Sorry, what?
Incorrect. I mean, this severe escalation.
Yeah, I said before and I said again. How is Hasan this big? Apart from looks, yeah, he has no charisma. He thinks he's big, he's ugly, he's fat. He's got no talent.
Violates all. This is a rogue terrorist action, a rogue terrorist state action. That's precisely what that was. What happened Like, just like what Russia has done in Ukraine.
Crabman replies,
Wait, hold on, I'm super confused. So is he equating, so he's against India, right? But he's equating India to Russia. When wasn't he like, wasn't he sucking off Russia when that Ukrainian invasion happened? What's he on about?
reposted to India Speaks and Watch the Fireworks. And Foreign Vacation says, Hasan has no idea what he's getting into.
Oh no, I'm sorry, that's really funny actually. The fucking dogpile on him from Indians would be insane on social media. That's actually really funny now.
Indian social media space, dominated by conservatives, will not let this go. And Gray Particular replies, if India can overtake PewDiePie on YouTube, they can overtake Hasan. Boy replies,
Yeah, but weren't they taken over by Mr. Beast, a white man? I'm joking.
it's crazy how consistently this guy takes the wrong side. Russia, Hamas, rather than Palestine, now Pakistan. They literally fund and arm terrorist groups everywhere. This whole conflict was kicked off as a result of that, allegedly. That being
Again, I bet it's not conflict, but like I'm not gonna trust this Redditor. Howie 12, for this drama.
said, Modi is nearing fascism
So,
territory.
I'm not sure if that part is true, about Pakistan funding terrorists everywhere.
And India has many other issues. NOP replies, I'm Indian and I completely agree with your take on Modi.
Okay, never mind, and then you guy agrees with him, so I agree with him. Okay.
But now is not the time for discussing internal affairs. Pakistan has been hosting and sponsoring terrorists for decades now, and I fully support India in its actions to thwart terrorism. Sauce replies, genuinely don't know how someone can read a smidge about the Pahalgam attack and think India is the rogue terrorist state here. And Global Importance says, every accusation is a projection with Hasan. He knows the truth. And C Masterpiece replies, which is surprising considering India has been screwed before by the US for being somewhat friendly with the USSR. Primary Budget replies, the Pakistani government is a fucking mess and their people are taking the brunt. That much is true. India retaliating by targeting civilians, yes, civilians not terrorists, is cruel. Do I think India is a terrorist state? I don't know. Do I think Pakistan is a terrorist state? Their government is deeply corrupt and so is their law enforcement. Do I think Hasan knows enough about this conflict to be calling India a terrorist state? No. Ganesh then also posed the same.
I think he's stoned himself to his argument, by defending Hamas and some insane shit, with Israel and Palestine. Then now he's bold-necked into defending Pakistan, because he defended Palestine or Hamas, so now he must defend Pakistan.
Same clip on the R8
He's enforced into himself, and he has nobody else to blame.
Speak subreddit. Insignificant
Oh, bro, if you blamed Israel for this shit,
Turkish guy, what do you expect? And Happy Batman says Turkish and Islamist. And Cat Eater says Hasan wanker. Kriti replies, India is likely to threaten Turkey with nukes if they don't stop supplying drugs.
What? I'm sorry. I was looking at my phone for a second. I just heard India might nuke Turkey or French nuke them. What?
Drones. They are within range and they don't have nukes, but it will be the wrong thing to do by India. Pakistan gets unlimited supply of weapons from China and Turkey, so de-escalation is better for both. Not a Nietzsche fan replies, he is the same guy who said America deserved 9/11. And Berserk Koala says, damn, for real? How is he?
You don't know about that? That's by far the biggest clip of Hasan. Like any person that's not deep in the source with him, they know that clip because how can you be an American? Also, how can you live in America and be like, yo, we deserve 9/11? Like that's the worst clip everyone can use against them. Even the craziest conservatives use against them because it's that bad.
Is he not off Twitch then? And Chromeboy replies, he's a Muslim. That's more than enough to get support from all the liberals.
Is he Muslim? I'm guessing by birthright, he grew up Muslim, but bro, I haven't seen. I guess he practiced it. Maybe I can't say. I can't say if he practiced Islam, just on stream. He might in his private life. I'm not gonna say.
Meh replies, Houthis, Hezbollah, and Hamas are good guys according to Hasan Hamas Piker. Being called a rogue nation by this motherfucker is sign that we are doing something right. Don't give views and engagement to him. Ignore. And also Enslaver posts the clip on the R India subreddit and professional old replies.
So how dumb do you have to be to get posted on r/India? If you cover politics, there's a very small chance you will end up on there. But do you have a statement that vitriolic and volatile? You fucked up.
Replies, he
You're
is
fucked
Turkish, and Turkey and India are not exactly friendly. People have their biases. Edit, I followed him for US election.
That's well, yeah, I guess because he's Turkish, already, no matter what he says, they might have some bias against him. Okay, I get it now.
He presents as a socialist, but it doesn't take much time to realize he's farming ploys. NOP replies, didn't India aid Turkey when it was struck with a devastating earthquake in 2023? I guess this is their way of saying thanks. Religious extremists for the win. And a lazy scribbler replies, replies, Turkey wants to see itself as the leader of the Muslim world. Countries like Turkey, Azerbaijan see things only from one point. Poopy Zombie replies to the clip by saying, this is just blatantly wrong. I saw his stream 2 days ago, and he was very clear that Pakistan is a supporter of terrorism inspired by the US. He had a way better take about this than the Twitter leftists. OP is just drama farming because he's an Asmongold fan. Yeats tweets out this clip.
Let's fucking go see Asmongold in this.
With the caption, Asmongold.
Like, I'm not gonna join any side because I really dislike both these people. I want to farm, you know, the bad points they both make.
This says he has always defended Indians from online hate and would love to visit the
country. So like nearest people are equipped for this, in my opinion. Asmongold mainly watches, you know, Donald Trump. That's it. And Hasan watches, you know, just insane shit to liberate Palestine, like watching fucking terrorism. I don't feel like they've barely tackled into this Indian stuff, this Indian and Pakistan conflict.
Country attaching this clip.
Do you remember when a lot of the like anti-Indian racism started getting dialed up, like maybe like 8 months ago? And I was one of the only voices out there. Do you remember there was that one
the only voice out there? What
guy who was there was like
you tell me the guy that said, you know, Palestine has an inferior culture, they deserve to have this war on them. He was also promoting, like, you know, to stop anti-Indian hate 8 months ago. I'm not sure if I believe it, actually. What the fuck?
And the point to me, whenever I thought it was too much,
like I agree with him, right? Like this feels like a right message, but wrong messenger, right? Because like when you have like someone like him that had this controversy back in December, October last year, you know, hating just criticizing Palestinians and saying they deserve it. He's not like the perfect person to be saying this.
Is when that one guy made a video and he was talking about how he didn't like tipping and he was an Indian and everybody was telling him to go back to India, even though everybody here in America hates tipping. I think Indians are great. I have tons of friends that are, not tons of friends. I have 3 or 4 friends that are Indian. I think they're great people. I'd love to go to India. I think their culture is great. I wouldn't necessarily eat some of the street food.
Fair enough, you know. This is a single clip. Like, he sounds decent in this.
There. But I have a tremendous respect for them, and I think that it's totally unfair the amount of negative sentiment and negative criticism they get here in America because of call centers over there. I think it's total bullshit. And I was one of the only people that has actively defended Indians from the, zeitgeist of Indian, anti-Indian rhetoric. And I,
you know, he's saying it right now. But like, what I want to see is those clips. He might have mentioned it, or he's like, he might have fully talked about it, or he's like blowing up proportions. Like he mentioned once, and you know, as a whole defense. You know, I was standing behind it when he just did it once, and that's it. I want to see the clips of, you know, of how valiantly he was defending it.
Been like this, and the reason why, by the way, is because I think they're great. I think they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. Yeah, Lyric's Indian, isn't he? I don't know if he is or not. I mean, maybe. But, like, anyway, call centers are from Bangladesh, actually. Yeah. And so he is? Yeah. I mean, look, Lyric's a great guy. Like, what are we talking about? It's so weird. I see it all over Twitter now. Yeah, and I get, by the way, guys, I'm not talking about the jokes, okay? If you want to make a joke about a certain country or whatever, I think that's funny, right? It's funny. There's nothing wrong with that. And, you know, like,
he's probably going to say, like, right now, like, yes, some of them are jokes, but they go way too far. Like, insanely.
Oh, wow, am I going to start policing racial jokes that do
problematic.
not redeem stuff? That's funny. But the problem is that, I would say the same thing about Americans. I think you should be able to make jokes about people, racial jokes, without people immediately thinking that you're being serious. But it is unfortunate that there is a lot of people that are serious, and I find that to be sad. So I've actually been one of the most outspoken people against that, especially when it started getting popular. I was one of the only people that actually talked about it, to be honest with you. I was.
Yeah, I'll interrupt because, bro, I've been so quiet right now in this video. I agree with him, right? The one thing I want to see, like, you know, back of his argument is like those old clips where he stood up for Indians. I want to see that. I'm not doubting they don't exist, but, you know, I want to see with my own eyes. But like, I agree so much, you know, entirely in that clip. Like, some jokes are decent, you know, like, you know, the call center stuff, that's fine. But like, bro, if you go on TikTok right now, or like before, like in the last week, there's so many like AI videos of you like showing like China, you know, France, UK by the year 2035, and it's all like Indian people, like, you know, shitting on the street. Like, it's foul and disgusting, but like, you know, somehow enough like, you know, people have gone behind it that's completely acceptable, and they got massive on TikTok. That's insane.
Eos replies, I have never heard him talk about fucking India.
It's such a very bizarre umbrella. Any jokes about any other country, or ethnicity, black people, not okay. But when it comes to Indians, free game, free open game.
Flaccid Turkey Sausage says, looks like Asmongold stands with India over Pakistan. Scene replies, bro already lives.
So I want to see, does Asmongold actually feud with Hasan over this stuff?
Like he's in India. Then Hasan...
I mean, if he's standing by India, fair enough, right? But I don't feel like he's equipped with the info or history to really defend any actions done by India in the past.
catches wind of this, and Yeet again tweets out another...
Was that Yeet? Oh, yeet.
Another clip with the caption, Hasan doesn't believe Asmongold likes Indians, says he would laugh at them being ethnically cleansed.
I see this is what is so conflicting at the same time, because Hasan can say that. I can get behind that. Cause when you have that drama back from, I should repeat myself, but when you have that drama back from October, I believe last year, him saying that shit about Palestinians, it's completely good proof to bring it up now and say oh, you don't really care because of those old past comments, which I know he apologized for them, he retracted them, but only after the backlash. If you want to see someone's genuine perception about what they said before, wait for him to actually talk about it without the backlash. Because if he got no flack from it, then he would stood by it 100%. That's my opinion.
Asmongold had a fairly balanced take. India had Gandhi. It's the country of peace and harmony. Asmongold had a fairly balanced take. Dude, Asmongold would literally laugh.
Guys, it's so Hasan's the one streamer, right? Where actually I see his chat and people are calling him out. People actually conflict with him. I think there was a recent clip on the H3 show. Oh my god, bro, Hasan was watching the content nuke on his own stream, which I commend that, right? But he was purposely, he was intentionally or what, he was accidentally mishearing Ethan on actual big points. There was a point of contention where Ethan said Ethan said Jewish heritage, and he was Israeli heritage. There is no Israeli heritage. All they do is kill and cause wars. And people in the chat were being he didn't say that. He said Jewish heritage, and they were getting banned. But the fact that the people in his chat, right, in his own fan base, they actually conflict with him, and he starts a fucking platform, that's insane to me. Any other political streamer that relies on a platform, they will not get as far as him, because they would be called out and people would abandon him because they realize, oh my god, he's moronic.
At you being ethnically cleansed if you're Indian.
He cannot engage with any argument at all.
Okay,
in a critique video, the content nuke.
He thinks brown people are inferior. What the fuck are you talking about? He just doesn't give a shit, but he is seemingly siding with you, and that doesn't trigger any fucking alarm bells in your mind, okay? Jesus Christ. I don't even know that much about it.
I think this part is wild by itself, right? Because let's remove the conflict, the Indian and Pakistan conflict, right? He's saying, I don't know the context in the stream, what the fuck's going on here, but he's saying all of this blatantly on stream with no actual backup. We don't know the drama, right? But if I were him, I would probably get a bad clip in recent where he laughed at an Indian person, whatever. As Indian University just showed a second prior, he seems to be pretty positive about Indians. So the fact that Hasan's just saying just saying all of it out of nowhere on stream with no actual backup proof or a clip, that's insane by itself.
India versus Pakistan. But what the fuck does Asmongold know about India versus Pakistan? Holy shit. India bros are attacking you on Asmon? Of course they are. I mean, go there then. Go there. Look at the thumbnail of his last video. JD Vance, India, Pakistan is none of our business. Yeah. Pakistan Prime Minister just embarrassed himself on live TV. What actually happened in India? Muslim. Yeah, I wonder.
Now, to be fair, from what I'm gathering so far, it seems Asmon and Hasan are feuding over this, but they're fighting different battles. Asmon is defending Indians, by culture, because they're pretty chill. Meanwhile, Hasan is taking more a dig at the conflict, the politics of India, the politics of right now, the conflict, and how it's invalid. There's no cause for war or for the conflict. It seems despite that, they're still going to argue over it.
Why people are looking at this and going, Asmongold has a really balanced take on this.
And Mudahar replies, as opposed to the guy who drops an anti-brown slur so easily.
Oh my god, bro, I saw it. This was insane. I think Mudahar was fucking pissed off by this.
Attaching this clip.
If another one of you...
In his offense, I think this clip is a bit old, but regardless, the fact that you can say this, freely on a stream and I apologize after, this is disgusting. Just watch the slur. I'm not sure like how common for slur it is, but like it sounds bad by itself.
14-year-old, pasty little skin, dumb
It was censored.
motherfuckers, or
I mean, the video had censored. What?
shit dick, dumb motherfuckers calls me little bro. I'm gonna whip you like a fucking towel. You understand? I can snap you in fucking half.
And Daka Daka says, Lamau, I expected a higher caliber Indian slur from an Arab. I'm Badman replies to the Hasan clip by saying,
I really want to. Okay, in the video it was censored. Like I really want to say myself. However, I'm not gonna. I would rather be caught dead than saying like a slur like that on his fucking channel. Hell no. Essentially, it was SHIT space skin. Very. I think the context was him calling out an Indian person.
Hasan has got to be constantly high. There's no way a human can keep up being this dumb. Aggravated Hippie posted in the Leftovers H3 subreddit all of the clips that we looked at and all the different subreddits that they were posted on, and captions it by saying, after miserably failing with the anti-Semitism lies, H3 fans are now trying to brigade Indian communities to get Hasan deplatformed. And Purple Wrongdoer replies, holy shit.
Bro, that's so goddamn moronic. Oh shit. Pause. That's so moronic. Oh, the H3, Ethan Klein from H3 is trying to deplatform Hasan by brigading Indian communities. Like what? Do you have any proof? Did he mention that on the podcast? No. Then shut the fuck up. Like they're trying to like delegitimize the insults that Hasan threw at Indian people, being like, oh, there's no way that Indian people are upset about this legitimately. No, it must be a co-op by the H3 community, because what he said was not that bad. When in reality, I'm sure if you're an Indian person, what he fucking said on stream was highly offensive. Imagine.
It makes me wonder if some of these people have a job. And Purple said,
like every single thing that Hasan has done that's bad, it can be of his own fault. No, it must be a plan, a coup d'etat by the H3 community. It must be every single time.
There's not a chance. Sona Main replies, average H3 fan probably thinks Pakistan is in conflict with the area west of Ohio. And Odi Santo says,
well, I love that. So, like during this Hasan and Ethan drama, people are trying to make it seem like the H3 side is very illiterate when it comes to politics. Like fucking bro, Ian was making the same point in his content cop. Oh, Hasan's been doing politics much longer. Ethan, he's a fucking kid when it comes to this. But like any fucking stream you watch where like before the big debate, right, where Ethan and Hasan were debating over Israel and Palestine, he's in very well equipped, right, and his fans seemed pretty smart. I mean, he had a fucking loner box on, right, and they seem to be on par. I think Loner Box is a bit higher because he seems, more well put together and less biased than Ethan. But like, even then, he can bring his own game. Like, they're not fucking dumb.
They also probably think Pakistan is Arab. In numerous ad replies, Ethan himself thinks they are. In his content, Puke showed a map of Afghanistan for his Hasbara propaganda, and Afghanistan is in South Asia.
Oh my god, are you moronic? I'm not gonna pull up the video, right? But like the context was him showing like all the Jews exiled from countries, and he showed Afghanistan, not because he was equating it to like it being Arab, but because Jews were exiled from there. What?
Looking over there,
bro, that video came out like 5 months ago, and I still know it more than this fucking idiot.
His community's response to this has been bizarre and is so racist. On one of the top posts there, the comments are commonly saying that the only reason Hasan is defending Pakistan is because they are majority Muslim. The same post also implied that the stance was unfavorable because it wasn't a liberal stronghold, and that it's illegal to be gay there, as if there aren't queer people in Pakistan.
Sorry, what? Okay, no comment, because I hate bringing up politics. Guys, I don't bring politics in this channel. This is a politics-free channel. But like, I have a very strong sentiment about that. They believe it's illegal to be gay out there in Pakistan.
Asmongold then
I'm gonna shut up right now.
Reacts to the Hasan clip that we watched earlier when Neat tweets it out with the caption, Asmongold laughs at the fact Hasan seemingly watches his YouTube more than he does.
How every single day, I've got to tell you guys, Hasan watches my YouTube channel more than I do. He does. The first time...
That's fucking dumb. What do you mean? Of course he does. Like, who watches their own actual videos or off stream in his spare time? Of course you're bound to watch somebody else, that you can test with, that you argue with. Duh.
That I saw my YouTube analytics was when he pulled it up the other day to complain about me. Because
well, that makes sense, right? Because Asmongold mainly streams on Twitch. Well, I'm pretty sure he delegated all the control to somebody else for YouTube. He barely touches it.
I saw it and I was like, wow, the India video is really doing well. Huh. Damn, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't even know.
This is a very dumb point, actually. What the fuck is he saying?
So anyway, I've got a fan. Well, I've got two more fans actually. His friends were laughing at it. They thought it was funny. And so anyway, so I would laugh at the Indians being ethnically cleansed. So why would I want why would I want that to happen? And also, if I don't like brown people, but it's Muslims, but there's Muslims that are white, but Indians generally have darker skin. It doesn't even make sense. There's plenty of white Muslims. None of this makes any sense at all. Oh, geez. Tell us why. Yeah, exactly.
And Nuxtaku replies, Stalker
Oh
vibes.
my
And
god, I'm sorry. This prof is already not that bad. I think both these people don't have very good takes, but like, oh my god, the fact that Nuxtaku is also being thrown in there. Oh my god.
Supreme says, it's funny how the more Hasan Abi complains, the more viewers the guy he complains about gets. Gudu then posts on the R Asmongold subreddit, biggest YouTuber in India right now, showing this post Pakistan declared victory over India from Asmongold, and YouTube Samurai replies, I just declared Sydney Sweeney as my wife. Doggy Kruger replies, I am surprised that Asman never showed or encouraged Indian stereotypes. Followed the Roach King since 2017, and happy he is getting the recognition he deserves.
Okay, so I guess like there is like community recognition that he does support Indians. Fair enough.
Hundley said,
I still want to see like the clip itself. It's so wild in my mind that you can go from like that Palestine drama, you know, back in October, and then all of a sudden, I mean, they're not mutually exclusive. You can never really support Indians 100%, you know, speak positively about them. But like, that's a very bizarre Venn diagram that you won't give a shit about, like, you know, the conflict in Israel, in Palestine, in Gaza. But at the same time, you know, you support Indians. Like when he went on that tirade, he was very emotionally compromised, but he sounded really bad. Like he sounded like he had very conservative fucking views on that. But then on the other hand, he's still like relaxed Indians.
is he the biggest YouTuber?
Like they're not mutually exclusive, but like, you know, I want to see the existence of that so I can believe it actually.
India. And Ashley Riot replies, Indians are pretty short and Asman is like 6 something. And then Yeats tweets out this clip with the caption, Asmongold appreciates the love from his newfound Indian audience.
True, Asmon did great PR for
I was gonna say, I mean, I don't mind Yeet, right? I like that count, but like they're boosting Asmongold way too much. I think because, you know, they promote Hasan, they go against Hasan quite a lot. You know, when Asmongold like shits on him, they like that. But we have to remember, in a vacuum, Asmongold is not that good by himself. Please remember.
us. Many would say it's all for views, but even if it is, we're still thankful to him. Asmongold did more for us than any Desi YouTuber, Bollywood, etc. Asmon the savior. Oh my god. Isn't that crazy? Glazing? Yeah, people are happy. Support and subscribe Asmongold. Thank you, Asmongold. Oh my fucking god. Wow. Well, guys, there it is. He even called out Hasan. He is the best PR we got in the last few days. So a lot of the Indian viewers are pretty happy about what I've been saying, and you know, I'm happy.
If Indian people like him, fair enough. You know,
happy to see that. I appreciate it, and you know, I support you guys for sure. And again, also, you know, like, can you check and see how much your India viewership increased? Oh, do you guys want to see that?
See actually,
sure,
yeah.
I can pull that up and show you right now.
Go on.
Engagement. Let me see if I can pull it up, and we can look right here.
Oh,
so we have India at 1%.
Oh, come on. No, I get, yeah, but like that, it doesn't like discredit the fact, you know, there could be Indian people in America or the UK watching him, and you know, they're so very they're very nationalistic potentially.
It's at 1% for today, and this is from the last 30 days. Can I look at the?
It's very, yeah. I mean, I feel like it's very hard to prove, right? But like, there are very likely Indians in America or the UK that watch them, because you probably won't find them you won't find the demographic in India, because odds are they mainly watch Indian YouTubers than Asmongold, a white English-speaking guy.
The stream summary of, let's say, 2 days ago. How about 2 days ago? Wow.
I feel like he very rarely tackles into Indian stuff. Like most of the time, he watches like fucking Donald Trump shit. That's it. Why would Indian guys like really tune into him?
Wow, 4%.
And so Shiki replies, pity he'll implode if he ever tries Indian food. Shout out to our tier 3 members, internet representatives, Kiko and Salsad. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I'll see you all in the next episode.
And then I said, yeah, overall, I didn't feel like that it didn't feel like that close packaged together, to be honest. It felt very messy. Like, Hasan made some comments, right? Asmongold brought it up, you know, like as a conversation piece, and then Hasan threw some jabs at Asmongold for, you know, saying that he's racist. He would laugh at people being ethnically cleansed. That's wild. Like once again, like this drama has been between Asmongold and Hasan has been going on for quite a while, non-stop. Like they will be feuding if they're still streaming for like up to 70 years, non-stop. They're gonna be like old geriatric fucks in a care home, still bickering over this shit. So overall, I'm gonna call this video like, you know, Hasan and Asmongold drama, but in reality, this was probably like the most tamest one so far. Like they've had much worse in my opinion, but I'm glad that, you know, during the conflict, the Indian-Pakistan conflict, they was somewhat tamed, you know, in this one time. Like, wait, hold on. Hasan did claim that Asmongold would laugh at people being ethnically cleansed. I think Hasan threw more jabs at him. Even though I heavily dislike Asmongold, he was way more tamed in his time than Hasan. Like, you know, it's fucking Hasan. What the hell can you expect? Come on, be for real.